So you can listen to this practice wherever you find yourself today. You can be sitting down or laying down or stretching and doing things if that's what you happen to be doing. And hopefully wherever you're at, these words will still be beneficial to you. You can just take your time arriving to your body today. You can just start to check in with how you are feeling, how your shoulders are doing, how your neck is doing, your jaw, hips, and start to add some movement into your body, maybe some cat-cows, or if it's the middle of the night for you and you've had a long day, just feel free to find stillness, just whatever your body needs. Maybe your body needs stillness right now. Maybe it needs some gentle movement. So wherever you are at, letting this practice and all my cues throughout this practice be suggestions or starting points, and know that if I say anything at any point that does not resonate or doesn't feel good for your body or your mind or heart or whatever, then let yourself be the first teacher. So no worries whatsoever. This is your time. And so you can maybe do some torso twists, some side body bends, some cat-cows, neck rolls, and so on. Just any sort of movements that your body might need right now. And no rush whatsoever. You can let yourself continue to move for as long as you need to. But when you are feeling ready, you can allow yourself to come to a still position with the spine nice and straight. And if you're in a space where you feel safe to do so, at any point you can let your eyes gently close. And just mark your arrival to your practice today with a full and deep cleansing breath. Taking a long, slow inhale in through the nose and just letting yourself fill up with this air to every corner and every edge of you. As you pause for just a moment to just feel what that's like to be full. And as you need to, slowly letting it go. Slowly exhaling bit by bit. Emptying yourself of all air. Gently pulling the navel in toward the spine at the bottom of your exhale to just push that final bit of air out of you. And then pause for a moment to feel that emptiness as you let your next breath come as it's needed. And you can breathe just like that for a few more rounds if that feels good today. Just exaggerating the 4 parts of your breath as much as is comfortable for you. So the inhale, the pause at the top of your inhale, the exhale, and then the pause at the bottom of the exhale, the 4 parts. And maybe it feels best for you to just observe the natural rhythm of the 4 parts of your breath and not exaggerating them at all. And that is welcomed too. Whenever you are ready, you can release this guidance over your breath and take a moment to just observe the natural rhythm of your breath. And look at your breath like the force of nature that it is. And just observing it as it comes and it goes. Just like you would the ocean or the waves rolling up on the shoreline. Just watching. And as you're watching your breath, you can start to notice where your breath is traveling in your body. Notice where your breath stops as it rolls back over to turn into an exhale. Your body inhales. At some point, it pauses and rolls over to an exhale. So where in your body does that breath stop? Does the inhale stop? Maybe you're inhaling into your head or your throat area and it's staying all in the upper body or the head. Maybe your inhales are traveling more into your chest and you're feeling your chest expand with the inhales and fall with the exhales. Or maybe it's traveling even deeper in the body into the belly or the lower belly. And you feel your stomach expanding as you inhale and falling as you exhale. So wherever your breath is naturally falling, you can just begin to intentionally guide your inhales to come into your heart. So that with each breath your body takes, your heart is getting a little bit more of that energy, a little bit more of that attention. Just setting the intention that each breath your body takes, it will feed into your heart. And your heart has the ability to connect with every other part of your body. So if there's another part of your body that needs some more attention or some more love this morning or today, then you can trust that this energy feeding into your heart will also go where it's needed most, wherever that is in your body. I'm just trusting the intelligence of your body and your breath. As you just start to notice your posture and the shape that your physical body is in right now. The shape your shoulders are making, and neck and hips, no matter what position you've chosen. And just starting to allow yourself to take up a little bit more space. And start to let all the corners and edges of your body reach in opposite directions. So letting the tips of your shoulders reach away from each other as your collarbones broaden a bit, giving your heart even more space to breathe and grow. And letting the crown of your head, the highest point in your body, actively reach away from the lowest point in your body. If you are laying down, that is the soles of your feet. If you are sitting down, maybe that is your sit bones. Just letting yourself be as tall and as wide as you truly are. Letting yourself rest in a proud posture. Noticing how your face is responding, how any expression that might be resting on your face. And just beginning to soften these areas as well. As you let your jaw just hang into place, softening the tongue, the lips, the cheeks. Softening your chin, your nostrils, the ears, and soften the eyes, the eyelids, and the eyeballs, just letting the eyeballs rest in their sockets, and letting the eyelids rest on the eyeballs. As you soften the eyebrows and the whole length and width of your forehead. Just letting your forehead be as deep as it is. As you relax your hairline and the whole scalp. And letting that softness naturally trickle down your neck, spreading across the shoulders, the backs of the shoulder blades, the tops of the shoulders, as well as the collarbones, as it cascades down the upper arms to the lower arms and the hands. So you feel this heaviness in the arms, in the face, in the muscles. So you're just letting the muscles fully soften and almost hang off of the bones. As at the same time, your bones feel a bit lighter. Feeling that strength and support of your skeleton and trusting that, knowing that your muscles can soften and you can still be held exactly the way you need to be held, just by the simple anatomy of your body. Releasing that need to change anything or to hold anything in a certain position. Just seeing what happens when you let go. Seeing how your body falls when you rest. As you start to bring some attention back to your heart. And maybe even seeing some sort of depiction of your heart in your mind's eye. And with the eyes closed, maybe gazing at the backs of the eyelids or up into the forehead or back even further. Just noticing anything at all that you see while your attention is on your heart. And just noticing how this pulse can be felt throughout your entire body. If you're peering into your forehead, maybe even feeling that heartbeat that exists in the head as well, or in the hands. And so you just remember the anatomy of your body and how your heart is pumping blood throughout your body. There is a pulse running through your body, every inch of you. So just becoming so still and so observant that you simply recognize that. Because these sensations, these processes are happening within your body, within your inner world. So why wouldn't you also be able to observe that? But being patient and kind with yourself if you ever have issues tuning into those sensations. Sometimes for whatever reason it's more difficult than other times. Or just letting yourself feel whatever is present in your heart, and therefore in your body. As you maybe start to notice some sort of depiction of what it would look like for your heart to be open and expressive. Maybe if you think back to a time when you have felt overcome with love, either by feeling loved, feeling really seen and loved by another or others, or maybe a time where you have felt a deep sense of love for another or others. whether that is animals or people or places, whatever that happens to be. Just that feeling of a big exhale, followed by comfort, release, and peace, and a tingly, loving sensation where you feel safe and supported, seen, and held. Just evoking those times when that has happened for you. Maybe just hugging your dog or cat or any animal, or your parents, siblings, friends, partners. Just remembering that deep and full and hearty sensation that originates in your heart. Evoking that in this moment, just through the memories or the observation. Maybe seeing some sort of light in your own heart here, maybe seeing something undescribable, maybe just something that words can't explain. Just observing what your heart looks like and any sort of feelings or messages you might get from tuning into your heart. Because the heart is our home, the heart chakra, the anahata chakra is the home of our sense of love and connection and just that place of forgiveness, compassion, empathy, all those loving feelings are here. And also they're opposites. So maybe any feelings of being unloved or feeling hurt in your heart in any sort of way. Letting those feelings be there as well. Just letting whatever is present be present. Releasing that need to try to change or fix everything with love and light. Knowing that the inverse is equally as important. We would not know what it felt like to be deeply loved if we did not know the opposite. And same as if everything was light and bright and daytime all the time, we would not appreciate the sun nearly as much as we do. And the sun disappears every night and rises again in the morning. And sometimes we have a string of cloudy days where the sun doesn't really come out too often. But it will always come back out eventually. And even on those cloudy days, it's still there. It's just hidden. It's just a little harder to see. It's the same thing with your sense of love and compassion and gratitude that is in your heart. At your core, you are a loving and compassionate and grateful being. And just sometimes there is some other stuff on top of that. Some clouds, maybe. Just knowing that clouds will always dissipate, the sun will shine again, and just allowing yourself to be in whatever phase you are in right now. And maybe if you're feeling any sense of a change that needs to happen, or if you're getting any feelings of adjustments you might need to make in your life to let the clouds clear a little bit quicker, or to let your love shine a little bit brighter. Then letting those messages sink in as well. Maybe as you ask yourself or just contemplate, how able am I to express my feelings from the heart? How clearly can I tell others what is truly on my heart? And just letting whatever the answer is sink into you. Maybe asking, what could I do to initiate deep healing in my life? And how might I include others in my healing process? Contemplating if I look to others to fulfill my emotional needs. Maybe what relationships that are hanging in the air do I need to release? What relationships might be adding more clouds to my heart? Who must I forgive in order to be free? What do I need to forgive myself for? Not worrying too much about what the answers are to these questions, just letting them sit there, letting any responses your heart has for you sit there and sink in. As you repeat to yourself the following affirmations. I forgive myself. Saying that as many times as you need. I forgive myself. Maybe adding a more specific thing at the end. I forgive myself for. Maybe I forgive myself for not always being in the best mood. Simple as that. And if there's another person that you are holding on some sort of resentment towards, inserting their name into this statement, saying, I forgive their name and am grateful for the lesson that they have taught me. If it feels right, if you feel ready for that. Not forcing yourself to forgive anyone or anything you might not fully be ready for, knowing that forgiveness will always come. And my heart is free of unnecessary burdens. Saying that to yourself and feeling it as being truth. And if it doesn't feel like it is truth, then just asking yourself, what would it feel like if my heart was free of unnecessary burdens? Or what has it felt like when my heart has been free of unnecessary burdens? Because we have all had those free hearts at some point in our life, even if it was just when we were infants. Just asking yourself, contemplating what that might feel like. And same thing with forgiveness. What might it feel like to forgive so-and-so? What might it feel like to forgive myself? How would I act if I forgave myself? What would I say if I forgave myself? I experience great joy and therefore have great energy. Again, if that doesn't feel like your truth right now, what has it felt like to experience great joy and have great energy? What has it felt like when my spirit has felt free and boundless? And just letting these memories or these core sensations feed into your heart with each breath that your body takes. Letting your heart be a magnet for these core feelings of love, of forgiveness, of compassion, of gratitude, of empathy, of all the good things. Knowing that they are there, even when it doesn't feel like it, just like the sun. Your heart is always shining, even if there are heavy clouds covering. Just like our sun is always shining, regardless of the weather of any given day. I'm just taking a moment to check back in with your whole body. Notice if any tension crept back into the face or the shoulders or the stomach, the hands, anywhere else. And just once again, allow yourself to soften beneath the trust and support of yourself, of the way your body was made. That everything is exactly as it needs to be. If you are able to listen to the words I'm saying and feel the sensations in your body, everything has gone perfect. You are made exactly as you were meant to be made. You are feeling exactly what it is you are meant to feel, even when those feelings might be labeled as unpleasant or uncomfortable. We practice these meditation and yogic practices in order to find that peace and comfort within the discomfort. Not to wash over all discomfort with love and light, but to accept the circumstances and trust the process. And trust your ability to find that eye of the storm, to find that peace within the chaos. And knowing that peace is in your future, as it's also in your present and has been in your past. Even if it's just rare little moments that pop up, peace is here. Just reassuring yourself of that throughout all of the pain and all of the suffering you experience and you will experience. That is the human experience. We are not meant to change the human experience. We are meant to feel it, to experience it. And just letting your heart be a reminder of that experience. And maybe if it feels like something you'd like to do today, you can tune into that pulsing of your hands and just let that pulsing find each other. Letting your hands find each other, the palms and fingers making contact, pressing towards your heart in a prayer position at heart center, if that feels good for you. And just feeling again this pulse running through your whole body, your heart and hands. Reminding you of your power, of the gift that you've been given, that is this life. And as you take one final deep breath into your body, let yourself fill up, the most you filled up today, with this fresh new air. And as you exhale, just allowing yourself to let go of anything you are ready to let go of, as you let your head gently bow. As you bow to the source of energy that is allowing your heart to beat, whatever you believe that to be. Bowing to the constant source of guidance and inspiration all around you, whatever that means to you. Bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and for taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. May this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights, and may it bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see.